Hey, what's up? It's Mike with Evoke Autos, and I want to make sure that you know a very important document that you should never leave a car dealership without, and that's called the We Owe or the Due Bill. Basically, what these forms are is if something was promised or owed to you, it's put in writing. A lot of times in a dealership, there's a lot of moving parts. Maybe you have a salesperson that you've been dealing with the most of the deal. There's also the sales manager and even a finance manager and maybe even a delivery person. So a lot of different people, and sometimes something is promised to you as the customer. So you want to make sure you get that in writing. Basically, I've seen a lot of people over the years, over 20 years in the car business, where they bought a car somewhere and then they were owed maybe a part or a tank of gas or a free detail or something like that, right? They show back up a week later and they say, oh, well, we forgot to put that in your deal, so we didn't account for that. Sorry, I can't take care of you on that. Or maybe the salesperson promised it without the manager's approval. So, it's kind of one of those things like if you're doing the paperwork and the sales manager says, hey, okay, nothing was promised or owed to you, and you say, wait, the salesperson promised me that he would fix whatever the item is, okay? And then, so that's the perfect time for you to discuss that right then before you've left the dealership, before you bought the car, so that way you can get that in writing. Also, too, I've seen situations where the person who promised whatever was supposed to be given to you was not at the dealership a week later. They didn't work there anymore. And so when you've got that in writing, that can make sure, one, that you're protected, that whatever it is, that you're getting taken care of. I use an example. I had a friend that went and bought a car somewhere. There was an issue with the brakes. The dealership said, oh, yeah, we'll get that taken care of for you, no problem. Come to find out, it was a pretty big ordeal, and they were not willing to put up the money to fix this item. They thought it was a $400 or $500 repair when it ended up being like a $1,500 repair. So they basically said, hey, forget about it. There's nothing we're going to do for you. And so when you've got that in writing, you've got more protection as the consumer. There's a lot of different ways you can go with that, but ultimately at the end of the day, it's just about doing good business. Make sure you get anything that's owed to you in writing. If there's nothing promised or owed, we're going to write that on here too, so that way we can both remind each other that, hey, we were all square and the deal is good. So hope you have a great day.